Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvijesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet. In this session, we're discussing from two verses, the 4th and 5th verses of the 17th chapter of the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. The 4th verse is as follows: Papracha ratham arudhaha kartaswara parichadam mega gambhiri raya vacha samaropita karmukaha. The meaning of this verse is, the 4th verse: Maharaja Parikshit, well equipped with arrows and bow and seated on a gold-embossed chariot, spoke to him, the Shudra, with a deep voice sounding like thunder. Parikshit Maharaj came to that spot. He noticed that Kali Purusha was actually beating an innocent cow and bull, and he immediately, with a deep voice sounding like thunder, he questioned this low-class, unqualified person. And Parikshit's words will be described in the next two verses. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, an administrative head or king like Maharaj Parikshit, with full majestic authority, well equipped with weapons to chastise miscreants, can challenge the agents of the age of Kali. Parikshit is a qualified Kshatriya. He has got the courage to face such upstarts. He is well equipped to deal sufficient punishment to the miscreants. And he has got his authority to enforce law and order. So he is competent to challenge the agents of the age of Kali. And as opposed to this, in the absence of such strong executive heads, there is always disruption of tranquility. Unfortunately, we don't have qualified Kshatriyas like Parikshit Maharaj in our present time. If there is no qualified Kshatriya, then it is not possible to counteract the influence, evil influence of this degraded Kali Yuga. What is that evil influence of Kali Yuga? People are exposed to too much sinful activities. The atmosphere is surcharged with tendency to commit sins more and more and more and more without any restriction. So this sinful age, Kali Yuga. So the absence of strong executive heads means people become more and more sinful. They are already sinful, but they become more sinful without caring for any adverse effect by their sinful activities. They don't realize that. The elected show bottle executive head. Show bottle means he appears like a executive, but he doesn't have qualification, he doesn't have strength, he doesn't have courage, he doesn't have knowledge, he doesn't have training, he doesn't have skill. Such a person is called show bottle executive. he is a representative of a degraded public. Because by votes, a person becomes a ruler or a legislator or a governor by votes. And who is voting this person? He's supposed to get majority votes from people who are degraded themselves. They do not know what should be the qualification of a proper Kshatriya who can rule properly. They do not know. Neither the representative is actually qualified. And Prabhupada says such show bottle executive heads cannot be equal with a strong king like Maharaja Parikshit. Can never expect the situation now to be like what it was when Parikshit was ruling or Yudhishthira Maharaj was ruling. The dress or style of royal order does not count. It is one's actions which are counted. This is very important. The actions are important. According to the proper understanding, a person will perform different activities. So those activities should be backed up by proper knowledge, by good culture. Then only those actions will be good for the welfare of the entire human society. The fifth verse, Kastvam Macharane Loke Balad Dhamsi Abalan Bali Naradevosi Veshena Natavat Karmana Advijaha. The meaning of this verse is, oh, who are you? You appear to be strong and yet you dare kill within my protection those who are helpless. By your dress, you pose yourself to be a godly man. That means a king, Naradeva. But by your deeds, you are opposing the principles of the twice-born Kshatriyas. So Parikshit Maharaj is questioning this Kali Purusha. This Kali Purusha. This personality of this age of Kali. That who are you? Because how dare you actually try to kill such helpless, innocent animals like the cow and the bull. Even though you appear like a godly person, a Kshatriya is supposed to be qualified and God-conscious person. But your dress is externally appearing like a Kshatriya, but your actions are totally opposed to those activities which are performed by a qualified Kshatriya. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas are called twice born. Dvija. Dvija means they have two kinds of birth. For these classes of men, that is Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, there is one birth by parental conjugation. Parents combine to conceive a child. That is the first birth. And there is another birth of cultural rejuvenation by spiritual initiation from the bona fide Acharya or spiritual master. So there is always second birth for those who are Brahmana, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas in the Vedic culture. What is second birth? Second birth is a cultural rejuvenation, reviving the spiritual culture. And how does it happen? It happens by spiritual initiation obtained from the bona fide Acharya, by spiritual initiation. So a Kshatriya is also twice born like a Brahmana. It's not only the Brahmanas who are having this second birth. It's also the Kshatriyas and the Vaishyas. The Kshatriya's duty is to give protection to the helpless humans. The Kshatriya king is considered to be a representative of God to give protection to the helpless and chastise the miscreants. He's called Naradeva. Because he's the representative of God in human society. He himself is a human being, but he is meant to give protection to the human society by following the rules and regulations of the authoritative scriptures to administer properly the human beings. Whereas in Kali Yuga, there is no qualified Kshatriya. Whenever there are anomalies in the routine work by the administrators, there is an incarnation of the Lord to re-establish the principles of godly kingdom. Krishna says in Bhagavatam, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuttanam adharmasya tadatmanam srujamyaham. I incarnate whenever there is neglect of religious principles and there is rise of irreligion. I incarnate. And when Krishna incarnates, wherever he incarnates, paritranaya sadhuna, he actually protects, saves the saintly persons, the law-abiding citizens, or those following strict religious principles, bona fide religious principles. And vinashaya dushkritam, he destroys these miscreants, these upstarts. In the age of Kali, the poor, helpless animals, especially the cows, which are meant to receive all sorts of protection from the administrative heads, are killed without restriction. Nobody is there to voice the concern for the cows. They are helpless. They are innocent. And they are being killed without any restriction. There is no one to protect them, no one to raise their voice against the cows being killed. Thus, the administrative heads, under whose noses such things happen, are representatives of God in names only. The king is supposed to be a representative of God, but such kings or administrators who are not God conscious, who have not undergone spiritual initiation, they are actually representatives of God in name only. That means they are namesake administrators. They are not real administrators. Such powerful administrators are rulers of the poor citizens by dress or office. Simply they dress as if they are kings or administrators. But they don't have the proper knowledge, the proper authority to actually properly enforce the laws and the rules for ruling citizens. Factually, they are worthless, lower class men without cultural assets who were twice born. They don't have the culture to properly rule over the citizens. No one can expect justice or equality of treatment from once born, spiritually uncultured, lower class men. We can't expect when by votes some unqualified person comes and tries to carry out the administration. We cannot expect any real benefit. Therefore, in the age of Kali, everyone is unhappy due to the maladministration of the state. People in general are very unhappy in Kali. Therefore, the people's government by the people who are not twice born must be a government of Kali in which everyone is unhappy. You see. People should be unhappy if they don't have a proper leader, proper trained Kshatriya to rule them. people must be unhappy, and there will be no peace and prosperity in such a state. I'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.